Hello all, this is Anupama Zawalgi here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to start the video with a very inspiring story of a legendary American football coach Lou Holtz. In 1966, he was an assistant coach at the South Carolina University. And his wife was expecting their third baby and he had put all his money into paying mortgage for his home. And the head coach who had hired Lou quit his job. So Lou also lost his job. So in order to cheer him up, his wife got him the book The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schultz. It's a great, really inspiring book. So what he did was he read that book, and then his wife, when his wife went to work, he actually sat at the dining table and made a list. The book said that you should make a list of 101 things that you want to do before you die. So sort of a 101 goal list. So he was so excited and inspired after reading that. So he made a list, in that one afternoon he finished his list. The list had 107 things. And when his wife got home, he excitedly shared that list with her, and she went through the list. It had all kinds of things, that winning the state championship, winning the championship, football championship, having dinner at the White House, appearing on the Johnny Carson show, which was like the number one late night show in US that time. Then, meeting the Pope, all kinds of things. He had on that list. So she said, yeah, this list really sounds great, but you need to add one more thing to the list, and that is, get a job, because he was unemployed that time. He eventually went on to, get a job. He got a job at University of Notre Dame, where went on to win a lot of championships. And in order to inspire his students, what he did was he pasted his goal list at the back of the locker room door. All his students used to read that, they used to feel really happy reading it. Some of them used to actually write down coach's list, in order to inspire them to make their own list and stuff like that. So 5 to 10 years down the line, he started getting phone calls from people, he used to say like, is this Lou, I was your student, I'm so-and-so, I was your student, and now I'm working at the White House, and your list said that you wanted to have dinner at the White House, and I can arrange for that. Or someone else said that I'm working the US Navy now, and you wanted to, ride in a submarine, and I can do that. Or I'm on this aircraft carrier, and then you wanted to ride a aircraft, I can arrange for that. So, all kinds of things. People started calling up, and he started taking all his goals. So out of the 107 goals that he had listed, he was able to achieve 102. And that too, 50 of those were with the help of all his people he knew, his students who had seen his lists. When you listen to the story, what is the step that Lou Holtz took when he made that list? He actually, took the first step in the law of attraction, and that is ask. He asked the universe for what he wanted. So in our journey from where we are to where we want to be, we need to know where we want to be, right? So what does success look like to us? We need to define that. And that's what most successful people do. They are very clear about their goals and their vision. So let's say you go to a travel agent and you tell them that I want to go on a trip. What is the first question the travel agent asks? It's always like, where do you want to go, right? So each of us, when we were babies, we all knew what we wanted, and we, asked for it without worrying about, who was in front of us, whether we wanted to be fed or changed or whatever it is. But slowly we hear things like, don't touch that, or you don't really want that, and things like that. Then as we grew up a little older, what we heard was, you can't be so selfish. Money doesn't grow on trees. I'm sure everyone has heard this. Money doesn't grow on trees. You cannot have everything that you want. So, you keep hearing these things, and these things start becoming programmed because of these things. So the way, the neighborhood you lived in, the amount of money your parents earned, their beliefs, all these things, your teachers, the people you grew up with, your neighborhood people. So all these things start influencing you, and sort of you become numb to your own desires and start, trying to please everyone around you. So we often hear, kids say that I became a doctor or an engineer because my father wanted me to, or I married so and so because my mom wanted me to, or I got a real job instead of following your passion or doing something else. So these kind of things happen in our lives, and we sort of become numb to our own desires. So we do a lot of things that we don't want to do, but that make a lot of other people happy. So that's how we start becoming programmed. That's how we get programmed in our childhood. We don't even know we are programmed. Those beliefs, those are somebody else's beliefs, becomes our beliefs, and we start, neglecting our desires. So we never make these kind of lists and stuff like that. So, so we are never deliberately asking the universe for what we want. So how do we ask? Because we said in the first video about law of attraction that law of attraction is always in action. So we are asking by the way we are thinking about things. The way we think about things, the things we talk about, we read about, we watch on TV, the news channels we watch on TV, the movies we see, the music we listen to. And the blogs we read, the people we follow, the discussions that we are part of, the groups we are part of. So we are asking everything, sort of indirectly. So this kind of asking is very, non-productive. It's very confusing. It's very contradictory, because everything changes. Our views change according to what we see around us. And sometimes it's even negative asking, right? Because it's like when we are complaining, blaming, we are worrying about things. So it's like we are asking for things that we don't want in our lives. Because as we've said, that law of attraction doesn't distinguish between what is wanted and unwanted. Whatever you give your attention to, you are going to get more of. So how can we make, I'm sure now you agree that this has to be a deliberate act, right? What we want in life, we need to deliberately think about that. So what is the first step? The first step to this is that you start making choices, however inconsequential they may seem to be. So if anybody asks, somebody's ordering food, they ask you for what you want, you have a choice for that. Somebody offers you gems, and you pick your favorite color out of those gems. They all taste the same, I know. But at least that way you are reinforcing that yourself that you need to make this choice. We have seen in the first video that like Buddha, that golden Buddha, we have layers of shoulds and autos and you can't all these kind of things that we have imposed on ourselves. So we need to remove all those layers. And for that, the first step is making choices, start at the lowest level. And, especially I would say to all the moms and all the women out there, because I've seen a lot of times, the mom of the house is always like, you order food, I'll have whatever you order, or, whatever is left, I'll have, it doesn't matter, you go ahead and order, I will eat. So, no, any preference in colors, all these kind of small choices, start making those. So that's the first thing. Another thing is we've already heard from loopholes, what can happen when you make a list like that. So make a 101 goal list. So you can have a friend ask you this question all the time, what do you want for like 15 to 20 minutes. You can take turns in asking each other this, friend or spouse or somebody, and then write down all your choices. Or this another great way is list 30 things you want to do, be and have. So, take a paper, make 3 columns, write do, be and have. So whatever you want to do, you want to run a marathon, you want to write a book, act in some play, whatever it is that comes to your mind, the people you want to meet, the places you want to visit, the vacations you want to take, your dream house, your dream car, your dream vacation, whatever it is that how you want to spend your time, or you want to be the president of some organization, you want to be the best salesperson in your company, whatever it is that comes to mind in these 3 categories. Once you start writing your goal list, realize that initially it's all about material things the car you want to own, the house, where you want your house to be, how many rooms and all those kind of stuffs. But slowly as you go deeper, your wants will be like, I want to be happy, I want to be heard, I want to contribute. So as you go, you go layers down to deeper, more meaningful things in life. And when you make these lists, I want you to dream big. It doesn't take extra effort to, dream a small dream or a big dream. So at this point, you are not going to worry about how, and you're going to think that everything is possible. So it's like no dream is off limits right now. So, when you're thinking, think of it as a GPS. So all our cars now have GPS, so we give the destination where we are and where we want to go. And the GPS will tell you when that turn comes, right? 100 meters, turn left or turn right. If I'm going from Pune to Mumbai, I don't need to know all the turns in advance. So the same way, when you're going from where you are to where you want to be, you don't really need to know everything in advance, how it's going to work out. So trust the universe. That's where the magic lies. So you start listing your asks first. And then you share it with somebody, because that is also important. Like Luhas, you will be surprised at how people are willing to help you, and it makes that vision a little more concrete when you actually share it with your spouse, share it with at least a couple of people initially. If you're bored enough, you can actually put it on Facebook and see how many people turn up to actually help you with those goals. You'll hear people that say, I've already written a book, so I can help you with that. Or I know somebody who does this, so I can get you in touch with that. So people are always helpful. So you just need to ask first, and you need to let others know what you really want. So dream big. I did my list when I was 50 years old. That's like 3 years back. So there's no age limit for that. From where you are, you can start your list from that day. And that you can update that list also. So the things, we say that law of attraction, you attract the things to you, but you are also attracted to things, right? Not everybody is attracted to the same things. So this list is a very personal list. So you don't let anybody else tell you, no, this is not important. It's important to you. That's why it's on your list. So now I have things on my list, like I want to memorize Madhushala by Harivansh Rai Bachchan. Doesn't mean anything to anybody else. I don't know why I want to do it, but I want to do it. Or one of the things on my list is I want to own a sari from every state in India, the specialty sari from that state. And I've shared this with my husband. So guess what I get every time he visits that state? I get a sari in my collection. And it helps, this sari that I'm wearing today, my daughters got me this sari because I didn't have this kind. And they also got me this matching to the sari. So, you always get bonuses also when you share your list with somebody. So this is just to tell you that yes, it is possible, and why not? And then you can always update your list. This is not a final list. The one when I did my first list, I was actually doing live seminars that time. So my list says that I want to touch 10,000 lives. But now that I'm on YouTube and it's a bigger platform, right? Now my list says that I want to touch 1 million lives. So, I'm dreaming big, and today that you are watching this video, one more life touch, right? So why not? I'm dreaming big, and I want you to also dream big. Not think of the how, but just start making those small preferences and make this kind of a list, whichever one you prefer, and put it somewhere where you can see it, share it with somebody. Write in the comment if you're excited to do it and if you have done it. So I would love to hear from you all. Please share it with somebody. Share it with your kids. I would say, let's unprogram them, or just program them the right way if we have already told all the other things to them. So let them be excited about their future as well. So you can do it as a family thing, and that way you get to come to know also what your kids want or what you want, and when you share it with them, they come to know. So it helps to for people to bond together as well better. So share it with people who could benefit from it, and please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the videos on this journey from where we are to where we want to be. So I'll see you next time. Thank you.